Hi, this is Alan with Shelf Genie. We design, build, and install custom storage solutions for the home. And this week, I would love to tell you about how to organize your dishes and your glassware. So, when people first move into a home, oftentimes they're just trying to unpack everything as quickly as possible and get it put away. And one thing that we find, especially with things like dishes, is that it's a lot of times it's in an upper cabinet, and wherever the shelves are at, the stuff goes onto those shelves. Most people don't ever actually look at adjusting any of their shelves. So the first tip that I want to provide is in order to make a space really efficient and use as much of the space as possible, um, is we try to have shorter spaces for shorter items and taller spaces for taller items. So in a case like this, for dishes, for example, oftentimes we see that second shelf up is just like this high, and then the items that are inside it are only like this high. And so what happens is you end up with a lot of extra space that's just wasted. And also, it makes it harder to reach that second level because it's up so high. So I recommend folks take a look, open your cabinet, take a look at at the spacing, and you really only need as much room to be able to lift something up and out. So in this space, I've already kind of optimized the space, but you can see here with like the bowls here, there's enough space that I can just lift it up and pull it out. But there's not a whole lot of extra space, other than that. And if I didn't have bowls and it was just plates, it could even be shorter because I just need to be able to kind of pull things straight out in that case. Another thing you can see here is that I have some of the same bowls. Actually, I don't have them all stacked up in one big stack on the same level. We actually ended up splitting these up because we put what we use most often on the bottom, and it allows us to lower this shelf so that we can still get to this space really, really easily. For dishes, this is a great way to think about it. Open your cabinets. If you have way too much extra space here, think about how you can lower that shelf. Maybe split the items up a little bit. If you don't use them, need to use all of them all the time, it's okay to split them up. And then the next thing I'd like to talk about is the glassware. It's a very similar concept. So when you have your glasses, if you can get away without having to stack them inside of each other, you've just got the glasses next to each other, lower that shelf so that you don't have a whole bunch of extra space. That way you can just reach in and pull the glasses out. And that second level becomes much easier. And if you have a third level and beyond, you can just really adjust all those shelves downward to make everything easy to get to. In some cases, you have so much extra space, you might be able to, go to the Home Depot or someplace like that, buy a new shelf and have an extra level in there as well. So take a look at your shelves, your spacing, make sure you're optimizing for that. And if you need any help with storage and organization at your place, feel free to give us a call. We do free in-home consultations as well. Thanks. I'm Alan with Shelf Genie.